the real Puff Daddy is.
There's no turning back after this.
It is the end of their era. It is the rise of ours.
Next Wednesday,
The end comes for all of us with Ezekiel.
the series finale.
I have to live for him.
Today we finished the war.
On YouTube, we back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Niles YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, and we are back with another TV show review, and we have the Mayans MC, the final season, season 5, and yeah, man, it's a lot to get into, man. For one, this definitely is nowhere near as good as Sons of Anarchy, the original show that it's based off, as far as this being a spinoff. And I think one of the main reasons is, and we need to go ahead and get this out the way immediately, Kurt Sutter. They needed Kurt Sutter. At least for this final season, they needed him. And even if you can tell immediately that going into this final season and even the episodes leading up into this final episode, they was expecting another season. I don't know what happened in the meantime where I guess something got canceled. I don't know if it was the ratings or whatever, but you can definitely tell they was leading into another season. And even in that case, maybe I wouldn't have enjoyed how it ended, but I would have probably respected it and been a little bit surprised, because if we would have got Easy dying at the end of this season and it's not the final season and going into an actual final season, that would have been something like, whoa, wait a minute now. You see what I'm saying? I would have been like, okay, let's go with this. Even though I still feel like it's so much that they left on the table. The cartel, the situation with Easy and Angel not finding out that Miguel was their brother. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, y'all made sure that they did not find out all the build up to these moments that we were supposed to get as far as these reveals or whatever. The shit with the cartel, the fact that they ordered Adelita to go kill Easy, we don't get no mention of them no more after that. That's it with them. The whole fact that Angel doesn't find out what happened to Adelita. That's it. Man, it's so much. It's so much, man. It's so much. But it's the fact that you can tell that they seem like they was caught off guard with either the fact that the studio, FX and them, Hulu, whatever, came in there and told them like, yo, this the final season. Y'all got to put something together and just go ahead and end this out. But they had so much built up. Emily and Miguel in that situation, I actually probably say I might have enjoyed Emily's storyline a little bit better because of the fact that her doing what she did to Miguel and the bodyguard, and the fact that they set this whole bond up that she started to build with the bodyguard. Man, we had to remember what they did to her sister, whatever. Your boy Potter. The fact, like, I didn't even somewhat mind what they went in the direction with him, because do I want him to die? I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, whatever his character is doing or whatever his character has going on, I was thinking we was leading into something that could have a connection with the original Sons. These niggas brought back Wendy. I feel like y'all should have never done that, because that ended up reminding fans of what we had with Sons of Anarchy. This was a good show. Mayans was leading somewhere. The way y'all disrespected Coco as a character, man. The nigga was a sniper dude. Like, I even like the fact that the way they went into Mayans, kind of setting them up as a motorcycle club that was somewhat of a military type style group. Like, they wasn't the Sons. These niggas was almost like tactical. They seemed like more militant than anything. And then they went off the rails with that, turning Coco into a goddamn drug addict and stuff. And then having Easy, the person we supposed to be following, this was supposed to be our new Jax, right? This was our new Jax. I actually engaged with the fact that we are introduced to a guy that's working with the government. Jax, being that he's the total opposite of this, like the fact that he was so down for the cause of the club or whatever, the fact that he killed brothers, people that he took out because of the cause. Think about Clay and all the shady shit he was doing. Speaking of Clay, the whole thing with the Sons, the way they had Sons, and they had this whole build-up with Isaac versus Easy, the Mayans versus the Sons. Where the hell was Charmin at? Y'all teased Tig and had him bringing a cameo in at the end of season 4 of Mayans, but then Charmin is nowhere in sight. Isaac is just running crazy, and if you remember the original Sons of Anarchy, like I remember, no, anytime crazy shit like this happened, they always had these meetings. You know, the whole thing with calling the Grim Reaper. You know, I forgot what they originally called it, but you know when they did shit like this, think about what the whole ruling they had with Jax when he did what he did. So how was the Sons letting this guy Isaac just run freely the way he's doing? But outside of all of that, they set this shit up for this big fight between Easy and Isaac and the Mayans and the Sons of Anarchy, and they demolished these niggas at the very beginning of the episode. As far as the Sons, they kill Isaac off like boom. This ain't I don't even think this 10 minutes into the final season of this show, and I'm sitting here like this shit say over an hour. This is like an hour and 15 minutes. Like, wait a minute, are we all watching this together, right? So what else supposed to be going on? Because this was what y'all was setting us up for the whole season. This entire season has been a tease. It's been build up. It's been nothing really going on. For a final season, ain't really shit been going on besides Isaac terrorizing the Mayans and the people that Easy and Angel love, including their father. The way y'all did, they really wanted to do some American Me shit. You know, you got your boy in here as far as from the American Me, and especially the way they did Easy at the end. They wanted to go into the direction seeming like on some mob type shit or mafia type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't the way y'all had this set up, especially when we introduced these characters from the first season, being that people do evolve and change over seasons. We remember Sons, but once again, I enjoyed this because it was not like the Sons. But it's the way they were setting things up. Once again, we was always getting like these little cameos or hints from Charmin as far as the original Sons of Anarchy. Think about the cameos from Chibs and Tig. Chibs being one of the main ones who was making cameos in the like first 1 or 2 seasons or whatever. But with all that being said, y'all had Mayans, y'all had the Sons on this shit looking like some goddamn psychopaths, bro. Especially dealing with Isaac. Like, it made it seem like Charming Sons was never in existence. Give or take the history behind them and this whole thing that they have with the Mayans. You think about Miguel, the original guy. I know you're not Miguel, but Alvarez. You know, our original goddamn Mayans, who's still around doing what he doing, but you know he had got out at the same time. It's just so much that's going on that did not make sense. Coco's sister, man. We got this whole thing with her and what she got going on, and I'm still a little confused on why they don't really have this thing with Coco's sister and trying to make sure she's good, being that Coco was a prime member of the Mayans. Give or take, he did what he did and went through what he went through. But damn, y'all just X out his sister out like that's it. No protection or no nothing. I don't know, man. I'm just, the way this was wrote, and once again, I feel like this is a lot to deal with Kurt Sutter not being there to kind of anchor this, being that this is his. Like, this Sons of Anarchy is his creation. Give or take the spin-off Mayans. I can go all the way back to, you know, the Shield, bro. If y'all remember the Shield, the original, you know, of all of these kind of hardcore TV cable shows that they started doing on regular cable TV shows. By the way, check out the Shield Season 1 review that I got on my channel, the Low Key Cave. But that's all I'm saying. Kurt Sutter was able to do something. Being that I'm not even the biggest fan of the final season of Sons of Anarchy. I like it. I didn't like the way Jax kind of went out. With all that being said, it all made sense leading up into that point. The whole thing with his mama doing what he did to Terra as far as Jax's girl. We never got anything that pivotal leading into these points with the Mayans. I called this though. I'm telling you, I promise you and everything I called this. Whenever Bishop had that little meeting with the woman who mysteriously just popped up at his house and he listened to everything she say without, I don't know if she had any proof or whatever, but Creeper pretty much sent the message through her. Being that, you know, he found out about Easy and what he had going on. And Easy, give or take, they have time to explain to him this, then the third. But more than likely, Easy should have probably brought this to everybody when he had first been released, not knowing how they was going to react. With all that being said, they did a lot of things that reference to me. If anybody remember Otto, that's the person that really reminds me of Creeper. and all the situations that he had to go through leading up to him and his loyalty for the motorcycle club as far as the Sons. Dude got stabbed in the eye, beat down and everything. He even beat up an FBI agent to pretty much conceal everything, and the fact that he bit off his own tongue to conceal everything, leading up into him being sexually assaulted behind the bars because of his loyalty for the club. So that definitely reminded me of what they had doing with Creeper, because I knew with what Easy had did with Creeper that he wasn't just going to get off with that. I knew that wasn't going to happen. It's just the way they went about it, because Bishop, and even the way they had this whole season playing out, it seemed like Bishop was already ready to do this shit a long time ago. Him and Easy never seemed like they was on the same page, especially leading up until this point. I mean, think about even the first season when Easy made that suggestion when they was working with Miguel as far as the cartel, or working for him, and Bishop pretty much went off him and said, don't be speaking out of your turn, and that's when Easy was a prospect. But I'm just saying, though, this was never really a solid relationship between Easy and Bishop. And I don't even know why this nigga Easy made Bishop his main, like. With all that being said, they do pull off this whole American Me type style kill as far as the Easy, with all them stabbing him, being they found out that he snitched, as they would say. Once again, I might have to go back and check out some things, because of the fact that they did so much leading up until this point that I almost forgot who Easy had actually snitched on. Like, straight up, like, who the people he actually snitched on, especially within the Mayans. But I really don't think it mattered, being that this is a whole street code thing or whatever. You ain't supposed to snitch on nobody, no matter if it's your worst enemy. With all that being said, man, it was a good emotional moment. That's one thing I will get them, as far as the whole thing with Angel having to be the one, but I did call it. I called that Angel was gonna have to be the one to kill Easy, especially with them having this whole good little moments leading up into this. I'm like, they done killed Isaac, and now they got all this happy shit going on. You know this ain't about to go down like this. And then you had him and Angel doing what they was doing. I was like, Angel gonna have to kill Easy, because you know they're gonna at least do that reveal as far as Easy being a rat. Not the fact that, oh yeah, you know the cartel dude we've been working for the past 4 seasons or whatever, that's our brother, as far as Miguel. No. And as far as that situation with Emily and Miguel, once again, I actually still enjoyed that, because it let you know that Emily was not going to let this shit slide as far as what happened with her sister, even though it seemed like they was kind of building back some type of bond as far as Miguel and Emily, being that she had did what she did to that woman or whatever, who was pretty much calling her out on the shit she had Easy do to her son or whatever. But with all that being said, man, it did end kind of harsh. Easy's girlfriend, who found out that she was pregnant, and the way they killed her was like, damn, okay. Like, damn. Like, but it was almost, I wouldn't say foreshadowing, but you got to remember everything Easy did leading up into this, even with him killing old girl in the 4th season, being that she tried to get away from his ass, and he kidnapped her from a hospital and then killed her. Like, okay. Another thing I didn't really enjoy about this season is it made Easy kind of feel stupid. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying, but it was everything that they had going on for this war with the Sons or whatever, and the decisions that he was making or whatever. And once again, if we doing any comparison with him and Jax, even when he was doing shit where he would, like, the whole thing with the manipulation behind his mama and doing what she did to Tara, and then she lying on the Chinese, whatever, even with him being manipulated, he still made smart moves. He was making smart moves. This nigga Easy is being on like some goofy shit, and they had this whole thing with him kind of being like the smart person of the club or whatever, especially first couple of seasons, 1, 2, and 3 or whatever, but not in this final one. Even in that last season, he kind of went into like some Jason Voorhees type shit where he just went crazy and mad. But man, once again, the writing. Shout out to Kurt Sutter, aka Otto, man. They needed you. I'm telling you, they needed you. It's once again, it's a lot of still somewhat open questions. Angel and Easy dead right now, so it don't matter. Don't know that Miguel was their brother. Him even coming to their father's funeral and seeming like he was actually gonna tell him at that time. It's like the writer said, nah. Let's just keep holding it. Let's still keep back and holding it. Why? Just go ahead and reveal it. This is the final episode in the final season. But with all that being said, I enjoy what they try to do with this as far as separating it from the Sons. It's just the fact that y'all pretty much just diluted the Sons and their anarchy into being like these mindless rockheads or whatever. Or and let me know. Well, I didn't know that Isaac was even the Sons when we got introduced to him when his whole thing with him and Coco. I did not know he was a part of the Sons. Let me know if I guess I should have been paying attention more to certain things or whatever. But outside of that, as far as the overall series, I feel like they needed another season. Did we want to see another season? That's probably the question. But if they would have did everything they did in this season and even had it end this way and going into another season, I feel like it would have been like, wait a minute, what are they about to do? Because there's still people left. You got Angel, you got Alvarez, and they got even this whole thing with the FBI as far as Porter pretty much turning this whole thing over on the Mayans, because he has his whole situation that he's dealing with as far as the government lady who's pretty much trying to get on his ass, but he ends up making some certain moves to make their concentration go towards the Mayans, and especially with everything they've been doing with this whole war they done had with the Sons. So it was definitely interesting to see them let him move forward, and I'm wondering if this is a reason for them making another setup for possible another spinoff or even a continuation of maybe the Sons story. Because once again, I've been very interested to see if we can get something with Jack's Sons, and if they're going to try to be a part of the whole thing with the motorcycle club, or Wendy, or we have a whole thing with Wendy trying to keep them away from that. And what about my other guy who went with Wendy? I forgot his name, but you know, the Mexican guy, man, the big guy, that was the guy, man. But once again, I enjoy what they tried to do with this. Once again, I feel like once Kurt Sutter was removed, that's kind of where the writing went astray. But I think the reason for that was the fact that they was probably thinking that they was going to have multiple seasons to finish the story out. Because you could just tell that this wasn't supposed to be the final season. Then you got the writer strike and all that going on. So yeah, and I don't think none of that was going on at the time when they had officially announced that this was going to be the final season. But it's going to be definitely interesting to see if we possibly get any more spinoffs. I just hope that they would really consider bringing Kurt Sutter back. It would make all the sense in the world, being that this is his idea. I think the reason we got Mayan spinoff was him coming up with this idea. The fact that we got Sons of Anarchy, that was his idea. So that's all I'm saying. Once again, if y'all are familiar with Kurt Sutter's work, go back and watch The Shield. Like, I'm telling you, this is his territory. This is what he need to be doing. And they definitely need him as far as in the writing room if we want better storytelling with any other spinoffs. I also heard that they maybe possibly have been doing a prequel, but that's before they was even getting into this as far as the Mayans and when they was first starting the spinoff. But definitely let me know how y'all feel as far as this final season. Did it live up to the hype, or was you disappointed like I was? Because I definitely was. Let me know in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell. Let you know when I upload new videos. Other than that, we out.